Police have uncovered more than 2.1 million rand worth of Dagga and arrested 4 suspects. One of the men allegedly sold Dagga to an undercover police officer on many different occasions. The accused Russel De Beer, his girlfriend Chane Steyn, Archibold Mogale and Unrlrich Frits made their appearance at Brits Magistrate's court in the week after being arrested just the day before. So this is very separate to their last bust in 2019.
Yes. Okay, fresh charges.
Yeah, so according to the authority, Dagga amounting to 2.1 million rand was found at De Beer's house and in his shop in the area.
Yes, yeah.
Of course, which was all known to the public. So the discovery was made, they had an entrapment operation. Basically, the police had them set up. But not just once, many times. And each of them sold cannabis to people numerous times, you know?
Rate my stash.
Is it not illegal entrapment, or is that just in the movies?
You know, I'm sure it'll probably come in when it comes to their legal, you know, their legal team. I'm sure it will come in.
It's not as much as their last bust. In 2019, they were bust with just over 800 kilograms of weed.
Sure.
And the amount stated in street value worth, as we would call it, is actually his price that they've given to them at 15 rand a gram.
Yeah, that's what
the total amounts to.
I found that really interesting because, you know, we've always touched on, and certainly on the show, that like street value of thing,
yeah,
you know, and you think like, where did they suck that out of, you know, how did they get to it? But it specifically states, well, in the newspaper article, that it was what he was selling it for. So I wonder if
that's what they paid,
I wonder if that's what they paid when they bought it from him. You know, we wouldn't wish this on anybody. We really wouldn't.
No,
but this has got a history, and it states in the article, you know, Mr De Beer and his cannabis franchise.
Yeah.
You know, and we've got issues with franchising cannabis businesses right now.
Yeah.
And misusing.
While people are being arrested, apparently even if you have a franchise, you're going to get yourself arrested.
And most of all, misusing traditional healers' names.
Yes.
So, you know, that is more offensive than anything, really.
Now tell me, they made bail.
Yeah, so they made bail. Russell himself got 100,000 rand bail.
Okay.
Which is,
Phew.
yeah, it's up there.
That's deep.
But in comparison to what everything was worth.
Yeah.
But just question, right? He's out on bail, getting bail.
Yes, at the moment he's out on
How
bail.
does that work? Because if you're out on bail and you break the law, you go straight to jail. Do not collect 200 bucks. Do not go.
His girlfriend's on 10 grams. 10 grand. Sorry. And Fritz is on just 5 grand bail.
Okay, but he handed himself in.
Yeah, we had a question on one of the feeds before we started the show. Isn't he out on bail from the 2019 bust? Because I remember that there was a bit of a twist between him and Jules, because Jules asked him to come on the show and then he said no, and then the show was all organised. Then he phoned Jules and said, okay, now I will come on the show. And Jules said, oh, well, sorry, it's too late, you know. But that show that, we must dig it up, whichever episode it was, we'll put it in the comments. That show is one of the most watched Hotbox shows ever, the one about the Canapax.
Wasn't that the night that the guys from the one Canapax franchise, the one guy, that black... Yeah, they were outside of a parking lot or something.
Look, it's a strict bail. He can't leave town, so he'll have to report to the police station every single Friday. All of them will have to.
Yes.
And as far as I know, a lot of their assets have been seized. You know, that they may have used for business use.
I'm just amazed that they got bail seized whilst they are out on bail, because that's unheard of.
Yeah.
I think that the bottom line with this case, and why everybody's kind of going, I wonder how the accused are feeling today. You know, I'm sure it can't be very nice and whatever, and we're not making light of the trauma that they are going through.
No.
But I was speaking to Paul Michael from Schindler's this morning, and just picking his brain, because there was something that came up when we were speaking about clubs years ago. And he said, you know, you have to be really, really careful that what you're doing is not making fun of the law. You know, there was a rumour going around today, and I don't know whether it was true, that Russell is telling them that it's hemp, you know. I'm not sure if that's true. I haven't validated it. But there's even a Latin term for it, and I wrote it down. infraudum legis, it's called. And that is making fun of the law, and the courts look down very strongly.
Like you're searching for the loopholes.
Yeah, you're searching for the loopholes, and you didn't think of this, you know, rather than actually fighting the law, than trying to make fun of it.
Yeah.
You know, that's when you slip up. That's when they start bringing all the big guns blazing, and they take your house and your you know.
Yeah.
And it's ugly, especially when it's big stakes. You know, you lose your farm, your car, everything. You know, it's just, I think it's just generally all sad that people think that they can be just that clever and sell this huge amount of weed out in the open.
Yeah. I think it's sad though, because I mean, you know, we're living in a country where jobs are pretty much non-existent. People are struggling for money every month and like forced to sell weed. And obviously this is at a big scale, which is different.
Yes. I think
how
it's a
many
bit
people-
greedy. I think it's a bit greedy.
And how many people does he employ? Because, I mean, how many people's lives are going to be affected
Also,
negatively now if he has to close? Because now people have become dependent on earning an income through him.
Yeah.
So he's already made himself a bit of a part of the
It just seems so
local economy.
unsubtle, you know.
We may not
Maybe
like
it's
how
really
he's
hard.
doing it, but I don't know.
I wouldn't wish it on anybody.
I wouldn't wish it on anybody.
So I think June's going to be quite an interesting month with the Hayes Club case, Russell now, who knows what else is going to come up.
I believe they're back in court on the 9th.